Okay. So you all had some really fabulous recipes and showed your amazing fraction multiplication and fraction multiplication and addition for that matter. But so I wanted to show you Libby's for a second and ask you what you notice about hers. So she had her recipe. Actually, Libby, you want to unmute and tell us what your recipe was and how you laid out your work, please?
My recipe is 2 large oranges, 4 pints of strawberries, 2 medium apples, and first I just did it on a scratch paper and saw if it made sense because it's kind of harder to do it on there, and then I laid it out on there, and I remember Miss George's when you can't do only strawberries. So I just did the same thing as Miss George, but I just cut it and then I just stopped it at 30 and then I went to those two for 20 more to equal 40.
Awesome. So you were aiming for that numerator of 40, which I think that was a pretty common strategy that girls were using. Thanks for explaining that, Libby. Okay, the rest of the class on the call, what do you notice about the way Libby presented her work? What do you notice? Anybody? Delina. Delina, you got to unmute. Oh, sorry, you're typing. I think you can unmute and tell us.
She explained it clearly, and also she when she explained it, she added a lot of detail in it, so it made sense.
True, yeah. Anything else you noticed, particularly looking at this screen? What do you like? Is it easy for you to? For me, at least, it was really easy for you to view.
Yeah.
Ayla, what did you notice about Libby's? Delina, mute, please.
I noticed that she put a box to the side that said 5 pounds equals 40 eighths.
Yeah, so that kind of was part of showing her work. Good. What else about a presentation of her recipe? What makes it so clear? Carla?
It's very organized, and it's really organized.
Yeah. So she had that table here that kind of helps you know exactly which equations match with which fruits in her recipe. Thanks. I'm going to show you one more. This was Elizabeth's interpretation. So her recipe was 8 cups of grapes, 4 pints of strawberries, and 1 apple. So obviously a different recipe than Libby's. And yeah, you're right, Delina. She added a lot of detail, and she actually represented this on a number line as well. So she knew that 8 cups of grapes, she had reduced it down to 2 pounds. So she drew those all the way up, moving all the way up to the 2 pounds. And then 4 pints of strawberries, she drew those in orange. And she made them all the way up till 4.5 pounds. And then the apple was her last half a pound. So I saw some question about how she got the color-coded number line. I don't know how she did that. She must have used shapes. I'll ask her on our next call, but she must have inputted shapes and then like a line in there. And so that was another visual, and text boxes, right, Saina? So that was another visual way to show off her recipe. Okay, and I'm going to show you one more strategy before we do preems. Maybe as you were listening to all these ideas, you're getting ideas for ways you want to add to your 3 fruit salad recipe. If you think, I want to go use a table or show mine in a visual, you can definitely do that later today. And let me just pull up one more time my screen and I want to show you one other strategy to see if anyone thought about it this way or might like learning this way for future. So this was our problem, which you are all clearly very well familiar with, again, from all the great work you did to make up your recipes. That school cook is lucky she has so many good chefs in her kitchen. But so one other strategy that when I was reading yours, it came to my head because of the work that you girls did. You could also try to match up fraction pairs that would equal one whole. Let me give you an example what I mean. I see whenever I have a cup of grapes and a large orange, that would be 2/8 plus 6/8 equals 8/8 or 1 whole pound. Can anyone else spot a different combination of two fruits that add together to make a whole pound? And I know it might be a little hard to see on here, but you could type it into the comments. What other two fruits could go together to create a whole pound? Yeah, the pear and the strawberry, right? Pears were 3/8 and strawberries 5/8. So if you put those together, you got a whole pound. So maybe I want to show visually every time I have a pear and a strawberry, I know that that's 1 pound, right? So if I kept going with this, another pear and strawberry, 2 pounds, another pear and strawberry, 3 pounds, another pear and strawberry, 4 pounds. But now I know I only used 2 fruits so far, right? And the recipe, hold up on your fingers, required that I use exactly how many fruits? Hold it up on your fingers. What was my rule? 3. Good. So I'm going to throw a different fruit into the mix. And I notice apples are 4/8, which is the same as 1/2. So hold up on your fingers. How many apples would I need to make a whole pound? Yeah, 2 apples. So maybe my fourth one is 2 apples, and that brings me to 5 pounds. And my total recipe was 3 pears. I'm not going to write it out just for speed. 3 pears. Oh, sorry, not 3 pears. Silly me. How many pears did I have up here? 4. Thank you, Delina. 4 pears, 4 strawberries, and 2 apples. That could be another way you could look at it was by spotting the holes first and using those to help you with it.